Right, Ross. On the table today, we have 3 fairly standard single malts.
Mm-hmm.
But in the interest of consumer research, we feel this is a valid experiment. So these are 3 supermarket single malts, all Speyside, all non-age statement, all 40%, all 20 quid.
All
give
these
or take.
brands from Glenmarnock, Kenmore, Glenfarne.
3 great distilleries.
Almost painted like they're distilleries.
Yeah.
The idea is, this is the brand. So all undisclosed Speyside malts. So we already know so much from that, what we can expect. All bottled at 40%. We have Aldi versus M&S versus Tesco.
Yeah.
Now, these 2 are standard tall rounds. This one's a little taller. But they are kind of marketed exactly the same, label underneath. They all look the same.
Yeah.
Glenmarnock put a wee bit extra detail on the top. All costing about 20 quid a bottle.
Yeah.
Now, a bottle of whiskey for 20 quid. You can't, our expectations aren't sky high. Yeah. Because what do you expect? But it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. Because I have no idea.
Yeah, is an oversimplification to assume, the M&S one will be better because
M&S is a more expensive
M&S
shop.
is fancy than compared to
Aldi. Yeah, but I know for a fact, I would say the only one I knew the name of before this was Glenmarnock, the Aldi one, and they've won awards before for their...
they've had 25-year-old expressions and a whole bunch of stuff.
And so I don't shop at Aldi, but maybe I should.
You're missing out, it's great.
Because their whiskies have clearly done really, really well. And they've got a whole range of Highlands and Speyside and cask finishes, all at that kind of price point. M&S, it's just a standard non-age statement Speyside. I don't really even like how it looks.
I quite like of the 3.
That's your preference.
I like the Kenmore the most.
And
personally.
Then Glenfarne, this is a Tesco. Tesco is probably the busiest of the 3. Hard to say, I guess.
To be honest, they're all going to be similar in there.
Yeah.
They're all going to be a similar age.
I think it's interesting the way that they market it. Yeah. So Glenfarne straight away says single malt Speyside, and it has the word sweet. Glenmarnock has oakiness and malty notes, which is as vague as it comes.
Yeah, like all whiskies.
that is as vague as it comes. M&S, have they given us any notes? Gentle fruity whiskey from the shores of the River Spey.
Oh, that narrows it down slightly, but not that much.
Also, they could say that even if it's not on the River Spey, couldn't they? True. So it's one of those.
I do like the diagonal stripe.
It's won you over.
Yeah.
Let's get them poured and see what we think. Okay. They all have notes, which is quite interesting. The Pride of Speyside. It's bold from Tesco. What are Glenmarnock saying? Is that any kind of big...
Sweet and rounded Speyside single malt with vanilla. Don't taste that very often in whiskey. Oakiness and malty, again, rarely found.
This one also says vanilla. White chocolate and honey.
Long-lasting length is both mellow and warming.
I think it's only fair we judge them off of the precedents that they've set. So that's our Tesco.
Can you actually imagine if one of these was a stunning dram?
It could be brilliant.
Can you imagine?
I would love to be
rushing out and buying a case of it straight away.
All 3 of them suggest vanilla.
Which I suppose is what most people
would expect.
It's a very safe tasting note.
That's a good way to sell a bottle, isn't it? Stick your nose in them, see what you think. They're all the same colour, all presumably artificially coloured as well.
Not much on there. Glenmarnock, Glenfarne. They're all so close.
Yeah.
What was this? Kenmore from Tesco.
This is M&S.
Oh, sorry, from M&S.
So Glenfarne, not the other.
M&S is most distinct.
Oh, yeah? This one smells like whiskey. Doesn't necessarily... Listen, product identification is important. It smells sweet, also what they suggest. And you could argue it smells a bit like vanilla.
I think Aldi and Tesco are very similar. I think M&S has got a little something to it.
Interesting. Doesn't taste bad. Tastes...
Oh, such a short finish.
Oh, really?
On the Aldi
Get yourself stuck in about Tesco. Oh, see, I think that this smells significantly worse than the Tesco.
Significantly worse?
Yeah, I think the M&S smells...
Did it smell different? I hadn't worked out if it was different in a good way.
I think that this one, compared to the first, to the Tesco, smells much younger.
I can almost smell like... Not much from the Tesco one. I think there's almost elements of grain whiskey in there. Obviously, we know it's not because it's a single malt, but it's almost that slightly artificial sweetness.
I think that's terrible. That's really bad, especially in comparison to the first one.
Try Aldi's Glenmarnock.
And so this is the one that's won all the awards.
I mean, the Glenmarnock has won some awards. Not necessarily for
this one's not one of their daft cask finishes. That'd be unfair. No. 3-year maturation. So
yeah, I like that in a whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, legally it has to be 3 years, but maybe that's exactly what it is. I mean, they could all be 3-year-old whiskies. I think that this
bad, isn't it? The M&S one.
I think the Glenfarne smells and tastes a lot better than that.
I'm really disappointed with M&S.
And I think the Tesco's absolutely run away with it.
I thought there were similarities between Tesco and Aldi. Do you not think?
I think the M&S is overwhelmingly bad. And it's hard to, I can't believe how different it is. This is all the same market. This is drinks, perhaps most people are mixing these rather than drinking them out of Glencairns like we are.
Glenmarnock has got like a weird
aftertaste
finish to it.
So this one is actually states being 3 years. This one smells incredibly young. And this one's not remarkable, but not remarkable is okay in this lineup.
I would say the main thing to take from this is that, there's whiskies that we've tried which are, £35 to £50, which have been great.
Yeah.
These are not significantly cheaper.
No.
It's about 20 quid.
20 to
if you're
30
looking at £20 whiskey, spend the extra.
Spend
10,
30.
15 quid.
Yeah. For me, winner's definitely Glenfarne from Tesco, followed by Glenmarnock from Aldi. And M&S need to step their game up. I'm really disappointed.
I would say M&S is lagging behind.
I think it's
their place. I think that's... I mean, it's rare that we describe a whiskey as poor.
That is poor.
But I would say that's very poor. And we've tasted
Bells
decanters.
It's also naturally coloured. I'm reading the back of the label here as we go on. This one is actually naturally coloured. It's really interesting, but it's naturally shit. That is really bad.
Naturally shit.
Yeah, Tesco's a winner for me.
Yeah, and if you have a wild guess at distilleries, impossible to tell.
They could all be from Glenmurray. They could all be from Manachmore.
Yeah.
But this is a better version of these.
Rumoured to be Macallan? No, it's not.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
But M&S do have big buying power. A pleasure to try them with you, Laurie. Something a bit different. What's your winner?
They're all... I was hoping one of them would be decent, at least. I was hoping one would be like, you know what, for a whiskey, if you're just in the mood for a whiskey, that's decent.
I think this is okay. I really do. I think this is a solid 5 out of 10. I think this is just behind and probably cheaper Aldi to Tesco, but they're both so cheap anyway.
Yeah.
And at this, I wouldn't drink again.
M&S was really poor.
Yeah. What's your winners? What's first, second, and third?
Probably Aldi by a nose, from Tesco lagging behind.
Very good. Something a bit different. It was cool to try them.
Yeah. All pretty similar.
Yeah, research complete. Let's not revisit this one.
Our summary was spend a bit extra, get something decent.
Cheers.
Cheers.
If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Bevvy content. We want to hear what you think, your best whiskey experiences, the whiskies you want us to try. It's a really exciting journey we're on, so make sure to join us. Download the Bevvy app on Google Play and App Store to keep track of your whiskey journey, connect with your whiskey friends, keep track of your favourites, anything you could ever want to do with whiskey, all in one place. It's the definitive whiskey companion.